What's up with kicks? Hold on 1 second, man. I gotta get my stuff ready. Some motherfuckers, they gotta realize that they're gonna be single for the rest of their life. Some of these black pillars, they kind of realize that they're not gonna never get a woman, bro. That's a goddamn shame. That's my alarm. It's 6 a.m. 6:05. Missing 27 years. You know, that's a lot. You know what? That's a lot to learn right there, man. You know, there's a lot to learn from that. Is that get on your hustle, or you're gonna stay single for the rest of your life. You know, you better be disciplined. I'm telling you, man. Remember I was telling you, bro, the more disciplined I am, the happier I am. Because I get more attention from females. And every time your ass ain't disciplined, they're gonna spank that ass, man. Life is gonna spank that ass. Women are gonna spank that ass. Because they determine who gets inside the coochie and who don't. You know what I'm saying? They got the power. They got the gate to sex, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, they determine who gets sex and who don't. You know, we don't have that power, man. You know, they do. So you got to meet their standards nowadays, man, and become a provider and get the bag and become a provider in that order. You know what I'm saying? It's just, hey, man, a lot of guys feel like they don't need to self-improve in order to get a good life with females. And I'm gonna tell you straight up that shit is a bunch of BS, man. You have to, or you're gonna be single for the rest of your life. You know, like that guy. What's his name? What's that YouTuber name? Loser Maxon. He said that he has come into reality, man. That hey, he's gonna be single for the rest of his life. He'll never find a girlfriend. He won't find a wife. He won't find somebody to love. But you gotta be willing to change, man. Like me, Hellcat stopped the drinking almost, man. I'm slowing down on the drinking so I could find true love again. You know, even though if I get the bag, I know probably I might be like dating some gold digger or something like that. But I want to drop the body fat percentage so I could get in good with females, man. You feel what I'm saying? I do better when I'm at a lower body fat percentage. So I decided to go on a diet, stop the drinking, stop the clowning around, and get serious about my procreation. Get serious about attracting females. Now, I have always been working out, and I still was drinking on the side, you know what I'm saying? I let go of that drink, or some of that drinking, I'm gonna look a lot better in the face and everything, you know. Today we down to 2 meals a day. Today is workout day. Let's get this shit on. But a lot of guys, I'm telling you, man, if motherfuckers don't change, if they don't get on their hustle, if they don't get on their grind, they're gonna be single for the rest of their life, man. Loser Maxon, bro, if you're watching this, man, you better get on your hustle, man. Cause I've been watching his videos. He's one of my favorite black pill videos. Favorite black pill YouTubers. You know what I'm saying? And I go by his channel because I can relate to loneliness and stuff, especially when I'm on this bag chase. You know, I can relate. But if you don't get your hustle on, bro, 27 years, that's gonna be you, man. I lose the weight because I want to attract a woman. Even if she's not the most beautiful woman, I still want to attract a woman, man. Attract. It's called attract. Now, you look a lot better. Let me tell you something. Without the fat on your face, bro, you look a lot better. And you do better with women when at a low percentage body fat. Now, you don't. Who do better with women? The models or the bodybuilders? The models, because they have low percentage body fat and they ain't all roided out and they ain't all big and stuff like that, man. You do better when you're slim and cut like Bruce Lee. You know what I'm saying? You do better. Let's go to lost her dogs. And it's a painful process too, because you gotta change. But I'm telling you, you're gonna be whacking off porn for the rest of your life if you don't change. It's called like, damn, I want this, but I gotta give up this. You know what I'm saying? Giving up something for nothing. Giving up something for something else. See what I'm saying? Giving up something for something else. I give up the drinking and stuff so I can have a better shot at women. It makes my face look better when I'm not drinking so much. See what I'm saying? Let's get the hell out of here. You want a woman in your life, you gotta start sacrificing and stuff. Like some guys are sified, and I understand that. Because at one point when I was fat, I was sified too. I was, man, I can relate to sifiedism because in 2017, I was big as a house, bro. I got a little bit of fat on my face now, but I had a gang of fat on my face back in 2017. That's why I started using roids and came down to low percentage body fat, and then my life was a lot better with females. I mean, I felt like I was 25 years old all over again, and I was like 37, 38, somewhere around there, and I was invisible to women, bro. Had all that fat on my face, man. I was hella ugly. I was invisible to women. Them females, they want, shit. They don't have nothing to do with me, bro. I couldn't get a talk or nothing, bro. Couldn't get these females to talk. Couldn't get no conversation. I got 1 or 2 word answers back. Even when I was the big girls, couldn't get them. When you're fasting, you gotta drink a lot of water. A lot of water. You might have to make one more sip before I throw it away. Oh my God. That's a lot of water. Get dehydrated. It's easy to get dehydrated when you're fasting. So you gotta drink a lot of water. For 27 years, he didn't want to change for like female attention. Like I said, I know what it's like to be sified. At that point, the money is the only way out for you. Well, you're just gonna stay single for the rest of your life, man. Nobody wants to stay single for the rest of their life. That's a horrible existence. That's not a way to live. You feel what I'm saying? That's why guys are out here going on diets, staying lean, staying shredded, because it gets women, man. It gives them a better chance of getting women. I seen guys out here going on like diets for like months. Okay, they stuck on a diet for like months, and they have 1 or 2 cheat meals per week. You feel what I'm saying? Because they trying to get in with females. They trying to keep their sex life. Because your sex life goes away, man, when you put on pounds and gain weight and be all fat and stuff. I went from like being a ladies' man in my 20s to being a fatso sub 5 dude in my late 30s. Okay. In my head, I'm thinking I'm still that 20-something-year-old dude. That's why I was approaching females. But I forgot. I gained weight. And you don't look good when you gain weight. You lose that magic touch. Your sex life go out the window. You know, let's say I gain like 50 pounds right now. I'll never ever get any attention from boobs or anybody in that Starbucks. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm so huge, I'm so big. Like, your sex life would be gone. Let's say you was getting blowjobs, you was getting sex, all on the regular. And then one day you woke up to be 40 pounds heavier and shit. Big ass jaws, big old gut, big ass pot belly. And your sex life, whatever females you was dealing with, they will leave you. Like, let's say you had a rotation of females, and then all of a sudden you woke up and you was big like the nutty professor and shit. About to explode, right? You know, and then as soon as you pick up that phone, you call your female over, and she walked through the door and she sees that you done gained about 40 pounds overnight. She'll walk away, man. I gotta go. I gotta go check on my dog. she'll fucking leave you right there on the fucking, right there on the spot, man, because that's not what she came over for. She came over for the 6-pack abs, you know, the lean stomach, the lean face, you know, the muscles. She came over for that. She came over for the lean muscle motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? She didn't come over for no nutty professor, bro. That shit is like night and day. Gain 40 pounds overnight, bro. Like, all your whole entire rotation will leave you, bro. You won't have any sex. You know what I'm saying? So you spend 40 pounds, you spend like 3 or 4 months trying to get that shit off you. You're like, God damn it. I just woke up one morning and I was 4 pounds overweight. Now I done did it. I gotta get out here and lose some weight. I gotta get on a diet. You know, cause give me my sex back. Give me my sex life back, bro. I want my sex life back. Your sex life will be done for, man. So that's why dudes stay on diets. They don't eat a lot of junk. Because they trying to get a sex life. They want a sex life, goddammit, and they'll do anything possible to keep their weight under control, which is giving up drinking and stuff. I'm like, okay, dick harder than fucking diamonds. Dick harder than, you know, like, okay, we gotta give up something. I want a blowjob. You know, I miss a blowjob. I miss my sex life. I know what, bro. Come down to like 10% body fat. That'll help you out a whole lot. And it will. It'll help you out. You bring that body fat percentage down low, best believe them females gonna be going down low. They're gonna be sucking low. You know. But it's all about, like I said, my main point is to change. That's the hard part. Changing. Give up alcohol so I could get in better with females. Now, because I was working out and I was still drinking on the side, I still was getting some attention because, you know, I wasn't drinking any beers, so the straight alcohol kept me lean. Not kept me lean, but it kept the body fat percentage down to the point where I'm not a big ass pumpkin. You feel what I'm saying? But now that I don't let go some of that drinking and I'm getting on this diet, I'm really gonna be getting their attention now because I want their attention. I want sex. I want blowjobs. I want to be treated like a first class citizen. You know, when you at low percentage body fat, you get treated like a first class citizen, bro. They treat you good, man. Let me tell you something, man. You lean. You got 6-pack abs. There's no fat on you, bro. women treat you good. Yeah, you get treated very well. But if you come in all fat, out of shape, women treat you horrible. And I remember when I was fat, I got treated very horribly, like I wasn't even a human being by females because I was fat. You know what I'm saying? So if you want things to change in your life, bro, you gotta change. Mr. 27 years, he was single because he didn't want to get out and do the bag chase, man. I mean, damn. He could have stayed in that situation for 5 or 10 years and then came out of it, man. Hell, if he would have ran fast enough, he would have been out in 5 years. He would have did 5 years of hard time and he would have been out. But instead, he was hard-headed. He didn't think he had to go out and get that money. He got comfortable with his situation and said, you know what? I'm just going to be single for the rest of my life. Okay, fine. So then they accept their fate and they just be single for the rest of their life. They said, fuck it, because I'm not going out to chase the bag. I don't want to go out and become rich. That's a whole lot of work and a whole lot of sacrifice. I don't want to chase the bag. That's hard. That's real hard. You know what else is hard? A motherfucker's penis, man. He ain't getting laid, man. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers ain't getting no blowjobs, ain't getting no sex. You're not even getting attention. There's some dudes out here just straight up invisible. I see them around over here in Starbucks, bro. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers just invisible for no apparent reason. Walking around, that's a hard life, boy. This is one guy over here, man. One Asian cat. He got a sified face. And I recognize sified faces because I study looks. You know what I'm saying? He was invisible before Christmas and after Christmas. You feel what I'm saying? You could tell he wasn't even in the holiday spirit. He was just walking around being invisible. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of cats don't understand that you'll be in that situation forever and ever if you don't hustle and get the bag. You know what I'm saying? Look, okay, bro. How you get the bag, man? How you get the bag? You gotta set yourself a long-term goal. 5 years, a 5-year goal, man. That shit ain't gonna be easy to come out of, man. But it beats being in your situation forever. You feel what I'm saying? My hands are cold like a motherfucker. I'm gonna go inside the Starbucks because I would make this video longer, but it's too cold. My hands are freezing. You guys have a good day, man. I'll be back on before my workout. We're gonna do a before workout video, and I'll see y'all on the next one. I'm out. Take care.